Yeah, AAA.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's actually our new. That's actually our third claim. That's our third claim with them.
Hey, Misty.
And
Hey,
I guess somebody had one too many whiskey shots and decided to just drive into the side of the house.
Something.
Then,
Usually it's the old person coming out of the dentist.
yeah, it could have been that, but so that was a good project. We got it all boarded up, and
You got an engineer on the way out there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm not supposed to be at 10, so I gotta.
You gotta make this quick.
Yes. So I guess what we can do, Andy, maybe you can provide a little direction. I guess this is just everybody get to know each other, and
Sure.
I look forward to working with you and and working with Matthew, and see what kind of development we can do here. But
Yeah.
that estimate for 20 Manor was perfect. I think we need to make a few adjustments, but that was really good. And
Sure.
so we actually still need to do a mitigation for that.
Yeah.
So I think Matthew has the notes for the mitigation. He has he kind of finished up the year 20 checklist, and so I think, are you planning to send that to Andrew? Okay. So maybe we can work on that too.
So did you fill that out?
Yeah, Matthew filled it out.
Okay. It's tough to do after the fact, but it can be done. So yeah, the intent with that is you do it while you're drawing the place out. So
Yeah. I have. I think he tried to kind of like retroactively, do some stuff. But I also took photos of my psychrometrics and moisture readings.
Perfect.
And those are date and timestamps, so I'll give those to Matthew. So hopefully we can piece something together.
Yeah, keep those. Don't send those to me yet. What you can do is you can use those to fill out your atmospheric chart yourself, and keep that for your records. 99% of the time, you're never going to get asked for that stuff, but it's good to have in the file.
Right. Okay. So, do you have any other anything?
Yeah, just wanted to. What are some common extra charges that can kind of put in the macros list for every job? We saw in your video the for mitigation, just putting plastic everywhere, protection.
Mm-hmm.
Big one. So I just wanted to so quick off the top of your head, other common little charges that in most jobs. I don't know if you know about our reconstruction too. What are some common macros we can do on most jobs as well?
I don't do a lot of macros because every job is so unique. What I end up doing is developing kind of a macro for each individual job. So if it's a multi-room clean, seal, and paint, I develop one room with clean, seal, and paint and put all my items in there, and then I can copy and paste. So yeah, I don't get into macros because what I end up doing is you put everything into it. You just put everything in the kitchen sink, and you spend more time deleting stuff out of the macro that doesn't apply to the job than you would have if you developed the job from scratch for the beginning. So when you say common things that I can charge for, I don't know. I've been doing this for 15 years. There's just things you charge for and things you can't.
Yeah.
So that's why the 20-step checklist is there, and the room note checklist is the most important sheet in there to give you an idea, to ring your brain. Every room you're in, you go down all that whole list again. Did I do any of this stuff? And then you go to the next room, you do it all over again, and that'll ring your brain. If the mitigation is done in a detailed fashion, you can usually use the mitigation to inform your repairs. So if you have the mitigation sheet in front of you and you're walking the job doing your scope, your takeoff for the repairs, between those two, between you being on site and you having a mitigation right in front of you, you can tell what was done. And my biggest hurdle working remotely is I can't be there. I can't I can't ask you those questions. I can't lead you along and say, hey, you look at this, you should look at this. So the onus is on you guys to be as thorough as possible when you're doing your takeoffs and telling a story. Did you guys did you see the scope takeoff sheet that I showed you? Let me pull this up.
You talking about the mitigation scope or the repair?
No, the repair. It should have been part of that package, and if it wasn't, I need to know so I can make sure that's in there for future. Let me pull up my forms here. So I'm going to share.
You know what's going on?
This. Did you see this?
Yes, we have it in front of us.
Okay. So, as you'll see, this is not a checklist. This is not an all-encompassing database list. This is a wide-open blank sheet of paper. The onus is on whoever's filling this out to tell the story properly. And there's some structure to it. I like to start with the framing and the structure and start outside in. So that would mean siding, and then insulation, and then framing. And then when you're in a room, I like to start bottom up. You know, start with the floor, subfloor, insulation, finish flooring, and then you go onto your walls, and you make it up to the ceiling, and tell the story, that same story, in every room. This is not per house. This is per room. So you're going to need 4 or 5 of these filled out in a good size loss.
That's good.
And once again, if you give me a good length, width, height, it takes the pressure off of whoever's trying to do the sketch. You don't have to have a perfect sketch. You don't have to draw perfectly. I have the dimensions here. As long as I can have these dimensions and get an overall feel for the general shape of a room and how they tie together on your sketch, I can pull my measurements off of here. So that's a big sticking point for a lot of people. It's just learning how to scope. They get hung up on that sketch. They just get, they spend 2 hours on a site doing a sketch, and that's just a lot of time that you could spend doing something else.
Right. Yeah.
Being more efficient.
So you went through the process once with Matthew on taking a scope from him for a 20 manner and converting that into an estimate. Who's wheeling?
Well, that's probably you guys.
Okay. So anyways, you went through the process once with Matthew, and you came up with a pretty good estimate. So it looks like things went pretty smoothly. Were there any things that we could improve on what we did?
The sketch could have needed some love.
Right, so maybe not an hour, but maybe not.
I can attest to that one.
Hey, it's tough, especially when you're first starting and you don't have someone walking you through it that knows it. So, you did great for just getting into this thing. So I think you did really well. You just need to keep in mind that when you're in a house, you're not just going to do work in the room that's affected. You're going to be walking through other rooms, and there's more than likely going to be continuous flooring from the room you're in and doing work in to the other parts of the house. So you want to include those in your measurements at least. So later on, if the call is made, hey, we're going to replace this floor instead of trying to repair it, you're going to replace all the continuous flooring. You're going to need that measurement.
Right.
Same thing for cleaning. You're walking through that house, creating dust, whatever. Your final cleaning number needs to include the square footage of the rest of the house, not just the room you're working in. And then that one, there was obviously some work in the cabinets in the kitchen, but there was no scope notes. There was nothing in the kitchen. So I had to take a guess on what you were doing up there. And my guess would be if you guys had scoped that or at least taken some notes in that kitchen, I probably could add another couple $100 to it.
Yeah, well, that one, the Furnimatic is doing the demo and the repair there for the cabinet. I don't know if you're familiar. They're like.
I know Furnimatic, yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually fine because we're not milling. I mean, I guess technically we should be able to add that. We able to add O&P to that, but I don't know. The adjuster sent them out, so I'm not sure what if we're gonna be able to do that. But
That's tough. I hate it when the adjuster does that because it puts you in a tough position because you still have to guarantee the job, and it's still your liability insurance as a general, and you have somebody else's sub essentially working under your liability, which usually works out okay, but man, there's risk there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't have a lot of experience with Furniture Medic. I mean, the adjusters like love to send them out there.
Well, they're insurance sluts. I mean, let's just be honest about what they are. Yeah, they're there for the insurance company only. They don't sign a contract with the owner, the property owner.
Right.
Nothing meaningful at least.
Right. So I'll probably bring it up with this insurance. It's not a big deal, but as long so anyways, that explains the scope thing. But
yeah. So use the scope note sheet every time you go out and get the habit of keeping a stack of those in your rig.
Right.
Both that and the room notes from the mitigation side. Keep a stack of those. And just make tons and tons of copies, and that's why they were done in black and white, so you can do that.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that's good. Any other questions on the repair stuff? I think so. I guess what we're just one of the things we could just clarify. I mean, kind of just clarify is, what do you need from? I mean, we went through the 20-step mitigation process, and your packet is pretty sweet. I like it because I built our package, and I know how much time and work that takes.
Yeah, this has been a labor of love for a few years.
That's cool. So that's really good. And Matthew and I went through that the other night over a few beers. And
I'm glad you were properly lubed.
There we go. And now, yeah. So repairs is just like you said, telling the story, providing a lot of photos, and
photos. Yeah, and I don't know if you caught that point on the video, but photos are like, you don't just take this photo, you back up, you pick two corners and go boom, 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 and then you come around and you face the opposite direction, boom, boom, boom. If you're not taking 12 pictures per room, you're not taking enough.
Now, Matthew and I are both using iPad 2s, and I believe we both have Panorama.
Perfect. Do it, man. Yeah, hook it up. 2 panoramas, and then go back and focus on some key items in the room that you might not pick up. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And then, are you guys on Google Drive, or do you prefer Dropbox?
Whatever works easier on an iPad. Probably Dropbox. Probably
Dropbox, because yeah, Google and Apple.
Yeah, they don't talk together.
They don't. That's too bad, but yeah.
So
when you're setting up a job, I'm assuming Misty's going to be setting up a job.
Yeah, it'll be. You mean the job in the Xactimate?
Either, it's just the job setup, the file setup. So work into part of your process, setting up a specific Dropbox folder, and getting that link over to me with the rest of the package.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So Misty. As soon as you see an assignment come in, or I guess normally what's the first thing you see? You'll see the job information. I guess the Dropbox would be good to set up for assignments. You could have everything, but for the other stuff, it's probably better. Yeah. So Missy will be in charge of setting up Dropbox.
Yeah, just work something that makes sense into your process.
Right. But Missy, you've been using Google Drive though, right? Yeah. Up to this point, which I don't like Google Drive.
What? You're racist?
I love Google Drive. I think it's really great, but I'm
the thing is that it seems like Google Drive is not very good on all I use is Apple on the mobile, and I'm always mobile. So it's better to use something like Dropbox, Misty.
Okay.
You'll like it better. You'll like it better anyways. But I think we should
Both, okay. So can we share Dropbox? I haven't used Dropbox much.
You can.
You can
Now,
share.
the missing link is, are you on Evernote yet?
No.
It's a wonderful tool for me. So I'll show you what that looks like.
Evernote.
It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Okay. Yeah, because currently what I do when we get a project, Mike has been sending me, all the contacts detail for it, and then I'll set up in Google Drive under my projects tab a file for that project, and within that file I save all the photos. I have a project photo file, and then kind of an everything else file, and then I will upload. I create the estimate in Xactimate based off all that information, upload the pictures, and then send to Michael what the preliminary of whatever information I've been given. So I'm assuming, Mike, now Matt's going to be doing that part. Well,
no. You're talking about setting up all the documentation and storage and stuff.
Yeah. Am I still?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're. Matthew's just going to be collecting information on site, and then you're going to keep us organized.
Okay, so then Matthew will send it to me, and then I'm going to send to Andy what Andy needs.
Yeah, and if you're all using Evernote, you can take your notes directly into Evernote, and then just share that note. So this is the note I set up for Richard Gale. So I put in the Google Drive folder link, and then I put the Evernote folder link, so I can email both of those out whenever I need to. I just copy and paste those links. If I want to give, so you'd put the Dropbox. You'd just come down here and put Dropbox, and then get the sharing link and paste that in there. So as long as everyone's on the same page using Evernote, it can be a great tool. I use, you guys heard of ATI?
No.
Yes.
American Technologies. I do some consulting for them. Here is every single one of their Evernote folders. So ARQ Wireless was a huge one that I just did. So he's got some hand notes that he takes. Where's he at? Those are my notes, his notes. But in Evernote, that's probably a bad example. You can take, and it works for Apple as well. You can take hand notes and scan them in, or you can take notes onto your. Well, you don't have a stylus. If you had a stylus, you could take notes right on your iPad into Evernote if you wanted to.
Right.
But that way they're updated. They're instantly updated. Whoever has access to that Evernote link has access to your notes.
Okay.
So you don't have to wait to come back. The only thing you guys would have to wait to come back to do is your pictures. Get your pictures into Dropbox. Unless you were doing those, you can do that automatically from your iPad as well if you want. But then you can take a sketch and then take a picture of it with your phone, your iPad, and it goes right into Evernote.
Okay. So now, Andy, would you recommend having a separate, probably, a separate folder, or let me figure. Let's see here. So, is it a separate file or a separate folder within Evernote?
Evernote is a standalone program.
So it's like it has folders.
So yeah, I don't know if you can see this very well.
Is that email?
Is that
no? This is Evernote.
Is that the mobile version? No, that's not.
This is my desktop version. The mobile version looks very similar.
Okay.
So here's all my ATI jobs. So inside each one of these folders is a bunch of notes.
Okay.
This one, I'm going to open this. You can open each note individually. So here's my handwritten notes I took while I was on the phone with him and doing a project, and then at the end of the project I just scan them in. So he has them. This is all OCR, so it's searchable.
Okay. It's like a good job.
This one's a monster. Which one was this one? These guys don't do anything under $1 million. They just they're playing in big boy leagues. Yeah, that was a big one. So here's what I have. I've set up. I've got 200 different folders in here. I've been using it for a long time. So what I would do. Where's my jobs? CD jobs. Well, here's my jobs, and here's where I set you guys up. I set it up per job. Where is it? Which one was it? Anyway, not to get too. There it is. So I didn't take a lot of notes, but I did send you this link to say, hey, I have these questions.
Okay.
And the first one was, hey, I repriced it and we lost $1,400. What happened? What price list are you guys using? So these program jobs, are you guys taking this and copying and pasting it back into the actual assignment job in Xactimate?
For notes of the job? Say that again?
Well, so when you get an assignment, an XactAnalysis sends you an assignment. How are you getting that ESX? Are you just exporting the ESX and then re-importing it? Because some of the program work doesn't let you do that.
I'm not sure.
I think so, Andy. If I'm understanding what you're asking, we're just starting to use XactAnalysis. So.
But the program doesn't make you use XactAnalysis?
Well. The CSAA doesn't require you to use XactAnalysis and take assignments via XactAnalysis? I think they do. We had to set up their profile in our account, our Xactimate account.
Profile's different.
Okay.
So how do you what do you see when you get an assignment? Let's start there.
They shoot us an email that has all what their report is, what they spit out through XactAnalysis, I'm assuming, and then we receive an Xactimate, we import and accept, the assignment, and then it uploads into our Xactimate program.
Okay.
So
all right.
That's how we've been doing it.
So that is a direct assignment through XactAnalysis.
Okay, yeah.
So how has that worked so far with this one? Have you re-uploaded it yet?
Are we talking about 20 Manor?
Yes.
Michael, are you available now?
Did we lose you?
No, are you there?
I'm here.
Anything.
Okay.
I stepped out for a second. What are we talking about?
Can you ask Michael what you just asked me, Andy?
How did with the Manor project, how did that upload work? Did it work out fine and no hiccups?
Oh, the ESX?
Yeah, when you re-imported it and then uploaded it, did it work?
Did it work?
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Let me check right now.
Check XactAnalysis and see what got uploaded. Sometimes State Farm is the only sticky one that I'm aware of that I can't do State Farm work remotely. I have to go to people's offices and actually type on their machines because it's a pain. Now, the only workaround is to open 2 jobs. With State Farm in particular, you open 2 projects and have them side by side. You have the assignment project, and then you have the one that I did, and you copy and paste between the 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we were trying to figure out because most of our projects are not DRP today.
That's good.
But the ones that are DRP are coming in through XactAnalysis, and I think since we're using the cloud mostly, we are able to download locally and then upload away, so that we can save the same file so that everybody's working on the same file.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pulling up Richard Gale right now, 20 Manor, and it looks like this is not the right file. Let's see. What is the file called that you uploaded from Andrew?
It's 20 Manor 1_1 for 27,000.
Let me look at it. Oh, there we go. 20 Manor 1. There we go. That's I'm not looking at the right one. There's like 20 Manors. What the hell is going on here?
I noticed that. Why did it do that?
Matthew?
When it saves a new one sometimes.
See, this is what I'm trying to. This is what's going to drive you nuts. That's not the right one either. Okay, let me look at cloud.
It's the one for 27 grand.
Well, that doesn't. Okay, let's see.
Doesn't narrow it down. well, I
That
hope.
was a great face. That was a great face, Mike. Let's see it again.
I'm looking at titles of estimates, not dollars yet. Let me look here. Let's see. I see 20 Manor 2, 20 Manor 1, 20 Manor 1, 20 Manor 01, 20 Manor. I see Richard Gale. But Missy, what do you call it? 20 Manor 1_1?
Yes, that's the file Andy sent.
And that's in the cloud?
Yes, I uploaded it. Was it yesterday, Matthew?
Matthew, is it checked out? Did you check it out? I don't see.
That's the thing with all these iPads and remote stuff. You got tokens everywhere else. They don't get checked back in, and then Xactimate gets confused.
See, it's not in the cloud for some reason. I don't think it got pushed up.
I saw it yesterday.
Well, I don't see it right now. If it's called 20 Manor 1_1. This program is driving me nuts.
I'd have to go down. Do you want me to go look for it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not in my office right now. I'm up in my room.
We don't have to do this now. Well, this is our problem. This is not Andrew's problem.
Well, I want to make sure that we're working in the most efficient fashion. So if we're doing something that's causing more pain than necessary, we need to find out what can we change about the process to make it easier. So.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any suggestions, Andrew?
I haven't worked in the remote iPad environment on Xactanalysis or Xactimate because that's been the last couple of years, and I've been out of the franchise environment for that long. I've never used it on an iPad. I used it back in the day on a laptop in 05, 06, but that was it. So I'm not sure what it looks like. So I think my advice would be just let's keep a close eye on the process, especially with this 20 Manor one. Yeah, let's the final number should be 27193 unless you guys made changes, and make sure that number is what gets uploaded, and ultimately that's what you get charged for, because Xactanalysis charges a percentage on that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's good. Anything you can keep out of Xactanalysis, the better, because that's like just paying a franchise fee. Every time you use Xactanalysis for these DRP stuff, it just bites right off your bottom line, your efficiencies.
Mm.
Right.
What is that? 2.5%, 3%?
For Xactanalysis?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I need to check on that. We just started using it. So most of our stuff isn't through Xactanalysis, but
yeah, you want to make sure that whatever you do, your program work doesn't exceed 20% of your revenue, because you're getting all your eggs in one basket at that point, and if you're losing 3%. You're doing all that work at 3% less profit margin, just for the sake of getting a direct assignment.
Right. So, yeah, look into the exact analysis percentage, because I didn't even know that was a thing. Exact analysis takes money out of our.
Yeah, and they did what, $300 billion worth of estimates last year. 2% of that is nice.
Wow.
Yeah, those people in Utah are making some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just at RIA last couple weeks ago, and there was a couple other programs out. Yeah, you were there?
Yeah, man. That's
really?
Awesome. Yeah, I was walking around. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would have been cool to meet up with you. Yeah, Matthew and I were both there.
Get out of here. Yeah, I wasn't in any of the sessions. I had the whatever pass it is just to do the show hall, so I didn't get to go into the separate sessions. But yeah, I talked to the exact analysis guys there, because I've got some things that I do on the consulting side that they could probably make my life a lot easier, and they essentially said, you're not using exact analysis, we're not going to do anything. You're not really a customer of ours. And that's true to them, because I'm not paying a percentage on all the estimates that I write.
Right.
So that's their shtick.
The contractors that get hit by that are mainly DRP contractors.
Yep. Anyone that's getting the assignment through exact analysis.
And that's just an automatic. What do? They invoice you at the end of the month or something?
Yep.
Oh, smokes.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, you're gonna get that first one's gonna hurt a little bit, I'm sure.
Oh man.
So you gotta work that into your costing as well. So you might think you just killed it on a job, but you gotta take into account that 2 or 3%, whatever that percentage is.
Okay. Even if it comes in, well, yeah. All right. Well, we'll have to look into that.
If you upload it in exact analysis, they're gonna want their percentage, and they're gonna bill you for it.
If we upload it, you mean just simply push it to the cloud?
Cloud is different. Exact analysis, though, if it's you're interfacing with CSAA, that assignment, that transaction they're gonna want to bill for that. But just using the cloud version of Xactimate, no, you're not getting beyond your $2,000 or whatever it is a year. You're not getting charged beyond that just to use You've got your individual licenses for your different installs, but that's about it.
And there's we would never upload our direct our
there's no reason to.
No, we don't do that. So we will never do that. Okay. So all right. So that's good information. But so I guess we need to look into whether that assignment or whether that one that you worked on for 20 Manor got uploaded correctly, and Misty's work. I guess you can work on checking that out. Yes. And then but I don't think we shouldn't have a problem. For some reason, we have a mobile problem and not really we have to sort of get up to speed on that. So, any other? Oh, well, no, he doesn't use it. All right. Well, I think that's a good start. So, yeah, I guess any other things to go over, or any other things you think might be useful?
You guys have a couple scanners?
Yes.
So use those. Scan me. I like hand notes. Just tell me a story. If everything's handwritten, that's fine. Just make sure it gets scanned in and put in the folder so I can see it.
Okay, cool. So what I normally do with that, Matthew, is I actually do my sketch. Well, I'm starting to use the iPad to do the sketch, but before that, I would do my sketch and write scope notes on just a paper pad, and then snap a photo with the iPhone. That's kind of is that reasonable?
It'd be nice if you put it into Evernote. Those iPhone pictures are crap. They just they're really hard to see, and then they're cumbersome. You've got to send those individually somehow, and then collate them. I'd rather get your your notepad with your chicken scratches on it and scan that in. Frankly.
Just scan it in. Okay. All right. So
Because you
that
can be more
works.
detailed that way, and then you don't have to. It's just so cumbersome with the phone, the iPhone, and the photos.
Yeah,
I've got
I
I've
agree.
got somebody that does that, and I yell at him every time. I say, Matt, dude, this is my buddy Matt in Portland. Matt, you gotta get a new phone, get a Droid, do something, help me out, because he's. Oh, and he'll
You
text
kills me.
them. He'll text the pictures to me of all things. Now I got to figure out how to get them out of text into the
Right.
folder. Oh, it's ridiculous.
You're speaking my language. I feel your pain.
Well, we're on the administrative side. We're on
Right.
we've got to deal with the garbage that's coming
With
in.
all the disorganization, all the chaos.
Yes.
Andy, I'd like to talk with you a little bit more
Sure.
about Evernote.
Sure.
So, Mike, you can go if you need to, unless you want to hear all this. But
What's up, Bob? What's up, Bob?
look at Bono. Hey, Pooch.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna jump off this, but you guys can keep going for now, I guess.
Okay.
All right. When you get the mitigation paperwork filled out, scan it in so I can see it, so I can coach you through it.
Okay, perfect. Sounds
All right.
good.
All right, thanks.
See you guys.
Andy.
I missed
Hi,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Okay, so Andy.
Yeah.
So we are on the administrative side, and our job is to organize all the chaos, which is a lot of fun.
Yes.
So I'm familiar with Dropbox. I have only used Google Drive, which I personally love,
do
but
too.
I'm happy to do whatever is going to work best. So I've never heard of Evernote. So can we kind of process that a little bit? Because I'm going to get all that set up.
Okay.
Michael doesn't have to worry about that, and he can just come in and do what you're talking about. I feel a little bit lost in the dark right now,
Okay.
so I'm hoping we can kind of process through that real quick.
So at the same time, and I'm actually uploading a Evernote update right now, but I'll show you the file
Okay.
file structure. So when you set up, where's my screen share? When you set up your original file, and you're going to do it however what works for your guys' process. But here's my job files. Let's install that.
And is this Evernote or is this
So
your files?
this
on
is
your
just
computer?
this is my Google Drive. So
Okay.
this is Google Drive, claims delegates, my jobs.
Gotcha.
So each job that comes in, I name it. This is an ATI job. This is a Portland Property Damage Solutions job. This is a Bridgetown Restoration job, BTR.
Mhm.
So ATI has their own process. ATI actually sends me a link to their files, to their folders, and shares them with.
Oh, so like I could share our Google Drive files with you. We have
Yes.
one shared with you currently, I saw.
Yeah, and I think I set that up.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so ATI sends me this. So all these folders are
Mhm.
already there. Some of them are empty, but these are folders they end up using on a lot of their jobs. So they automatically, part of their process, I think they have a folder, just a new folder, blank new folder set up with all these folders inside of it.
Mhm.
So they just copy and rename it, and then they start using it.
Okay.
So everything, all their estimates go in here. In estimates, all their notes, if they took any notes.
Right.
This is a good example of they took some notes on site, and then they scanned them in.
Okay.
And this is a PDF. So this doesn't have to go in Evernote, but it can. So whatever makes sense for your process, make your photos need to have need to be in a different folder, of all things. Imagine
Right.
that. So photos, or whatever makes sense for you guys, put 4 or 5 empty named folders in, and then share that top level folder with me.
Okay. But that's Google Drive, but we're talking about
You can do the same thing with
Dropbox.
Dropbox. I have a client. This is my Dropbox.
Okay. So I could
Here's Pure Environmental jobs. So it's Pure Environmental. They use Dropbox, not Google Drive. So here's their stuff over here in in Dropbox.
So basically, Google Drive is almost exactly the same as Dropbox in the way of you can organize and hierarchies and folders
Yes.
and all that stuff. Okay.
Yes.
So I wonder if because it sounded like Michael said Dropbox would work easier for him for what he's trying to do. Did I hear him correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. So I could keep the admin side of things in Google Drive and set up a projects in Dropbox.
Mhm.
And then I would just share the top tier folder of Dropbox with you, Michael, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And we all could access that.
Yeah, and if you want to use, you can use both. So let's go pure environmental. Here's a pure environmental job. So this is shared. I'm going to right click on here. And so Dropbox, when you install it on the desktop, has shared folder settings. So right in here there's 3 Dropbox options. I can share the link right here.
Okay.
Which has been copied to my clipboard. Okay, so then I just paste that wherever. But the other thing I sometimes do, because I like Google Drive, so I will do this. I will send to desktop with a shortcut.
Okay.
There's a Jeannie Walker, and then I'll come. Where's my Jeannie Walker? So I'll take this and put that in my Google Drive. Oh, let's do this. Where's my jobs? Jobs. Oh, I already did that. Huh, that's funny. So here's a shortcut in Google Drive for Jeannie Walker.
In your Dropbox?
Yeah, this shortcut goes back over to Dropbox.
Wow.
And it's there.
That is sweet.
But I trust Google Drive for my backup more than I trust Dropbox. I don't know what it is. I just call me neurotic.
I get it. I get it.
So that way I don't have to change my brain process around other people. I can just work their process into mine with shortcuts and linking.
Okay, gotcha. And that all syncs up together. You don't have to, what you do over here is going to be done over here.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Now, okay, that's perfect. So I will begin doing that with Dropbox. Okay. Now, when you're talking about Evernote and scanning things into Evernote, scanning in their notes, I do not know anything about Evernote.
Okay. What kind of scanner do you have at the house, at your office?
Oh, that's a point of frustration, actually. Because we just moved, and so I've had to reset up my office, and we're having internet connectivity issues at the house that we're renting.
Me too.
It's a new builder. Anyway, long story short, I don't have internet connection yet. I'm having to use hotspots, Xfinity. Yeah, so you can't. My brand new, wonderful, multi-function brother copy scanner, machine. I can't use it yet because I don't have an IP address because I'm using a hotspot. Blah blah blah. So I'm having to use an old school Lexmark printer scanner. I have to scan things one at a time, and then if I want it automatically scans it into a JPEG. So if I want something to be a PDF, I have to convert it. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I see your frustration. Sorry, I don't mean to spill off that to you.
No, that's fine. Do you have an iPhone?
I do. Yeah.
So let me see. Let me show you something here.
Is this Evernote that you're in right now that I'm looking at?
Yes.
Okay, and this is all notes. This is an email. Because this looks like Office.
It's similar. Yeah, it's a similar setup. Yeah.
Okay, but it's just notes.
It's just notes. And what I like about, I geek out on getting organized. I'm a little OCD that way.
It's nice to talk to someone who enjoys organization.
But let me show you Allegiant, a project that I'm doing for these guys here in Bend. Okay, So these guys wanted me to write a training manual.
Wow.
So yeah, there's different parts of the training manual, obviously. So there's hundreds, they're linked everywhere. But what I did is every section of the training manual gave its own note.
Okay.
So here's my table of contents. This isn't really is it? Yeah, I guess it is. Here's my table of contents. And then over here, let's say I'm going to work on the carpet cleaning section of the table of contents. I'm going to click on that link, and it's going to take me over to my other note.
Okay.
And inside these notes, you can put links, you can put pictures. This is obviously a picture that I drug in there, copied and pasted. But the other thing I like about Evernote is the Gmail or Google Chrome interaction. So I'm going to come back here and get in the right note first. So we are in
So Evernote is a standalone program. It's not web-based.
It is web-based.
Oh, it is web-based.
Yeah. So where's my window? So I'm in Gmail. And let's say I want to save this email from you. You guys paid the invoice. Thank you very much, by the way. That's awesome.
I paid the bills for Mike.
Good. Hey, I'm going to hit connect here, by the way.
Send the bill to me.
I'm connecting with you on LinkedIn.
Okay.
If you don't have Rapportive, it's so nice. Every email that comes in, Rapportive pulls up your LinkedIn profile, and I can hit connect right here.
You could see my picture? Wow, I had no idea that all that information came through.
That's your LinkedIn profile.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, so what I am a little bit, I'm a little geeky.
Great.
So I want to save this email. I'm going to come up here to my Evernote extension in Chrome, and it's going to clip the email, and I'm going to tell it where to put it.
Wow.
I'm going to put it in the Richard Gale file, and I'm going to tag it. I'm going to tag it Misty MC. Is it big C or two little C's?
Little C, big C.
I do for my McCabe. Okay. And I'm going to save it. And then it automatically syncs up to the Google or the Evernote cloud. And I'll let that sync here. I've got internet problems, especially with video. Come on. Do it.
Yeah, wow. Internet technology is a love-hate thing.
Well, I'm in Bend, Oregon, and these guys, I'm lucky I don't have to take a horse and buggy everywhere I go. It's just so backwater.
I understand. We used to live in Monroe, Washington, and it's not quite Bend, Oregon, but it's pretty close. The connectivity issues, utter frustration. We just moved to Colorado Springs, so we're right across from the Air Force Base. So the phone and internet connectivity here is stellar.
Nice. All right. So I was in my Gmail, and I just synced that thing, and now I'm in Evernote. Oh, come on. Sync up.
Oh, I know. But it should show up in here.
That email will go in here.
Will the body of the email fill out in that, or will it be like a link?
Nope. The whole text and everything.
Wow.
Come on. Where's an example? Anyway, I was hoping to show you. Oh, here's an example. Here's an email I pulled over.
Okay.
So here is what I get when someone buys the video course. Gumroad sends me an email. So I just save that from my Gmail into Evernote, so I can pull them all up when, later on down the road. Here's my other ones that my payment notifications, and this just came straight from the email.
Wow. So it just will automatically, once you connect it, how you did in the Gmail, it'll automatically pull those into your Evernote?
It won't automatically do it. It'll do it when you want to. The ones you click on, yes.
Okay. So then do you create in Evernote a file for that particular, what is that, a pay notice?
This Gumroad. Yeah, I tag it Gumroad, so I can search then by that tag.
Okay.
And it'll pull up all all the Gumroad related stuff.
Gotcha. Could you have a hierarchy of files on the left there? Is that what I'm seeing? You know how like in your email you can create files and
You can only go too deep.
okay.
So these are what's called stacks, and then notebooks. So these are notes within a notebook,
Okay.
within a stack. It doesn't let you get much further than that. But the idea with Evernote is you use tagging.
Okay.
And you use it databases everything. It OCRs everything, and everything is searchable. So
what is OCR?
Optical character recognition.
Okay.
So these handwritten notes, let me just type in something. Sandy Cabe. Let's see what it found.
Okay.
There should be a handwritten one in here somewhere. Yeah. It'll search your handwriting and the typing. Well, there's a whole bunch of typed Andy McCabe, so that's why it's not finding it.
Okay.
And it'll search inside of PDFs.
Nice. Okay. So do I just Google Evernote and then follow the
Just download it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you should be using Chrome as your browser, and so you can use those nice extensions.
Okay. Yeah, I typically only use Chrome, except for I found that Xactimate Online only really works with Explorer, which is lame, but
Really?
yeah, it's weird.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm not a big fan of the online stuff, like I said, because they haven't worked the kinks out, and it's just cumbersome. It's so much cleaner to take all your notes by hand and bring them back. I do all my estimating in my office. I don't take when I do my own takeoffs, I don't take a laptop with me. I take a pen and paper and a tape measure.
Okay.
And a camera.
Yeah. Yeah, because Michael's been having issues. That's one of the things I need to work on today for him. He's been having issues with the notes part of it. So, and I'm not familiar with the notes in
Xactimate?
Yeah.
Oh, he shouldn't be taking notes in Xactimate.
Well, I think it's because that's what the CSAA Lionsbridge people are doing. This is all new, so I'm trying to figure it all out with him. But so he's getting, like I was sharing earlier, he's getting XactAnalysis and assignment, and then uploading it into the iPad. He's receiving everything through his iPad, and then I access it online, Xactimate.com. And so he was telling me that he's having issues with the notes, like getting notes back to the Lionsbridge people, the contractor connect. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was on the phone with XactAnalysis, and apparently, you probably don't know all this. Your Xactimate and your XactAnalysis have to be linked in order for the notes to transfer over. So I did that, but it looks like we're still having issues with the notes. So I don't know.
Is it using the same exact net address? Your exact net address is different than your exact net address is the key between the two.
And that, okay. So I've been told different things now from Xactimate, which is so
it depends
fun.
on who you get on the phone too.
Yes.
I've had them on the phone twice in the last week, and actually 3 times, 3 different answers to the same question.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So one person told me what you just said, that there's different exact net addresses. And then
each
another
user
person,
should have its own exact net address.
Right. And then another person who happened to be the person that I was talking to in a conference call with Michael said, oh, no, that doesn't matter. They'll all work together, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, so now here we're having these issues, and I'm wondering if it's that.
Well,
so I got to figure that out.
You have 3 different users?
We've got a desktop, and then I access it online, and then Michael and Matthew now are accessing it via their iPad, the mobile app.
So you need at least 2 exact net addresses. So you should be able to tell who wrote the estimate or who last had it by exact net address.
And when I'm looking online and I'm opening the project, where will I find the exact net address? Can I see it from the estimate?
Here, I think so.
Yeah, this is all made my brain hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but Xactimate they just market cornered. They have no incentive to make their product any better. Okay, so here's the assignment ID. That's you guys. Let me see if I can get inside of it. Man, what is happening? It's crawling.
And I wonder why they're duplicating so many of the same projects in there.
I don't know. He could have been looking at a window with just updates.
Uh-huh.
So every time you connect, it refreshes. So he could have been just looking at past updates and not actual estimates. I don't know.
Mm.
Kind of a history. Let's see. Where would that information be?
Because I know you can see it just like in the general. I think it's Xactimate help.
Ugh. Ugh. No, I don't want it. Okay.
The one down on the left there. Yeah.
Here. Oh,
And then there's like about Xactimate or something like that, I believe is where I have found.
Oh, well, I know where my exact net address is.
Right. But you're not talking about that one. You're talking about in the estimate.
In the estimate, yeah. So I think that, yeah, I thought I knew where I could look for it and find it.
But you're saying in an estimate, yeah, there it is.
So my exact net address is claims.portland.or. So your guys' is going to be allied. Where are they based out of? San Diego?
Novato. Yeah, it's like Novato.California.3 or something like that.
Yeah. But each one of those guys, Matt and Chris, need to have their own exact net address. And I think that would eliminate some of the problems they may be having. But I would also keep the note-taking to a minimum inside an Xactimate job. And the photos. There's no reason to install photos into an Xactimate estimate.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a pain. Now, the program might require some. So you take the minimum amount. They're going to require the program's probably going to require the risk, the front of the house, and the source, where the water came from, and maybe a flooring, or they might require 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But 20 photos just makes an Xactimate file bloated, and it's going to make everyone have a hard time opening it. So keep them separate. Take your photos. Like I said, I want 12 photos. I need a story. You got to tell me a story, but don't put them in the Xactimate, because it's just Xactimate wasn't built for it.
Okay, that would go in like the Dropbox file.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty.
So you use Xactimate as well? You're writing some of the. Do you do the setup? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, I do kind of everything for Michael. I like I've titled myself his executive assistant, office manager person.
Yep.
That works.
That works.
So I kind of do anything and everything for him. I have done a lot of estimating for him. I'm not an estimate pro by any stretch of the imagination. Sure. So I usually will get the preliminary going. He sends me the information and I'll get all that going. And then my main thing though is getting him organized, keeping him organized. So I've basically got everything on Google Drive for the office. And
perfect.
So accounts receivable, accounts payable, The whole
Oh,
gamut.
the whole thing. What programs are you using for bookkeeping?
QuickBooks Online.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's got that set up.
All right. So setting up. You want to run through setting up a file, a job in Xactimate?
Sure. Yeah.
You got time?
Yeah. I went upstairs because I work from home and I have 4 children. So let me get my stuff and go downstairs.
I've got one on my own.
Hi.
The other one's in school, but this one's going to be in kindergarten next year.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi. Hello to a stranger. It's so funny to me. We always teach our kids, don't talk to strangers. And then we tell them, oh, no, it's okay to talk to this person.
Yeah, this person's okay. Yeah, right? All right.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not too loud. And if it gets too loud, I apologize. Let me know.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. And I will share my screen.
Let's see here.
Share screen.
So I have 2 computers. I've got the one that I'm talking to you on is a Mac laptop. And then I have a Windows laptop that I use with a monitor, and that's where I do, where I access Xactimate.
Okay.
So let's see here. I'm just logging on to Xactimate now.
Sure.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'm almost done.
Oh, they're downstairs right now. Okay. So we're eating stuff you're drawing, but eating stuff you're what? Eating stuff you're drawing, and this is very here. Okay. The boys are downstairs making figures. They're creating a castle. Well, if it's keeping that castle and it's keeping it happy on the side. Yeah. Okay. Well, I told them if they want to play their castle, they better hurry. We're gonna take it down. What?
All right, sorry about that.
No problem. So I think you guys would really enjoy integrating Evernote into your processes.
Cool.
For your note taking and then file sharing back and forth. Not actual file sharing, but I think it'd help. Yeah, find a way to integrate that, and you set that up when you set up your folders like you would any job, and then you just send them. Send the boys a link. Here's the Evernote for the Manor. You know, that's it. You know, and then they can, when they're on the site, they open up the Evernote folder. They can take pictures right into it. They can take notes into it. They can even talk into it.
Oh wow!
I think that would help them, and it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty user friendly. Because the hardest part, and I've worked with a lot of contractors, so believe me, I get it. Keeping guys that are used to just ripping and tearing and building stuff organized. You know, they don't want to be organized. I've seen their trucks.
Right. It's true.
It just piles and piles, and so they need guys and gals like us to keep them on the straight and narrow. So we need to make sure the tools we have them use are as easy to use as possible. And I think Evernote's one of them.
That's cool. See, okay, I'm in Xactimate now, and I'm looking at the file you sent me. I don't know why Michael couldn't see it. Okay. Anyway, so I'm logged into Xactimate.
So
Should I?
the things I didn't see when this job came over
Okay.
are the opening statement. The
Okay.
opening statement is in claim info parameters.
Right.
And so you need to come up with an opening statement that you use on pretty much all your jobs.
Okay.
And it can be a Word file. That's what I use. Right now, I would guess if you hit model, you hit the button that says model,
Mm-hmm.
you probably don't have any, right? So you need to create some. And I would create at least one for mitigation and one for repairs.
Okay.
My mitigation ones, and I'll show you. I've got several here, but here's one I use. Do you guys do they do a certificate of satisfaction? I can't talk now. Certificate of satisfaction.
Yeah, I think we call it a certificate of completion. I think that's the same thing of what you're talking about. Like that, yeah.
Okay, so I build into my mitigation a certificate of drying completion satisfaction. So you can put this in front of, when you have the estimate together and done, it has this built into it. So you say, here's our bill for what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Please sign here, so so we can tell the insurance company that we're done. We did our job.
And you just put that in the opening statement, like that's one of the templates you have in there?
That's one of my templates. Yep.
That is great.
And then one of the cool things you can do inside of these templates, these opening statements, is put the auto text in there. What I really like doing is putting in the total of the job.
Mm-hmm.
So here, this T right here is a token. These are all tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put another token here. And there's anything that's in the file, anything that's in the actual estimate, you can put in the opening statement using a token.
Okay.
Date entered, date inspected, job completed, all these things, everything you can put in there. I like to put in some grand total, so you don't have to turn to the very back page to see what the total is. I like to give it right up front.
Right. Okay.
And then you can see how this one came through. We came up with this price list in this city, in this state, blah, blah, blah. So just some CYA language to help people through.
Mm-hmm.
So come up with, I'll see if I can send you a link to all these in Word, so you can just put in your own stuff. Because you need to have several to choose from, depending on what type of job. Some of these I built an authorization in because people they wanted an authorization within, a job, please, I accept this estimate, please proceed type thing.
Yeah.
But whatever works for you guys' process.
Yeah, no, I noticed that on your, and I'm looking at it here in the 20 Manor one, and I think that's really great. We're in the painful process of organizing the business with Michael. He is growing like gangbusters, which is really awesome. But going from a small business to the next step is a painful process, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
So this is all really great and helpful. Trying to streamline this whole project process, start to finish, is been kind of a while. Trying to do these projects has been quite a challenge, but it needs to be done. So this is really helpful. Okay,
so the second thing that didn't come through was a company header. So I made one up. But I need a good clean copy of your guys' logo so I can remake that.
Okay.
But you want to put in, what do you want in your header? And I pulled, Let me see if I can edit this. Edit.
Is it JPEG okay for the logo, or does it need
Yes.
to be in format? Okay. So we
Yeah.
have okay, yeah,
That's the one I pulled over, but it's pixelated because I pulled it off your website.
Okay. I will see if I can send you a better one.
But then I saw what you had on your other estimate, and I recreated it. I think this is a lot of stuff to have up in there, but hey, you guys are whatever you want. This is your world, not mine.
I don't know, Michael. He set that up, so I'll ask him about that.
So the email address should come through with your estimator.
Mm-hmm.
So where's here? So your estimator you should be able to plug whoever wrote the estimate in there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where your exact net address goes to.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I would put an email address. I wouldn't put it in the header.
Okay.
So you're sending a signal to whoever's reading this. This person wrote it, and I don't want my name as the estimator. You're more than welcome to use it as the estimator, but I don't do that as a rule.
Yeah, no, for sure. Usually it's Michael. He likes to have his name on there.
Yeah. So I will need to set him up in mine. But if you could do that in yours and it came over as part of the estimate, I wouldn't have to recreate it. I could just copy it.
Okay, so let's see here.
It came over blank, so I left it blank.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, because what happened was we're a family-owned business, and we were using my dad's Xactimate account, so all this was already set up, and then he just started using his own Xactimate. So this is helpful to know that this stuff wasn't in there, so you can get it set up.
Yeah, and it's going to change per profile.
Okay.
So you're going to have to recreate it for every profile you create.
So I'm in Richard Gale's estimate now that you sent me. So can I update that in this estimate?
Yeah, I'm operating standalone, so I'm not tied into the cloud at all.
Okay, so I'll just get all that added in here. Okay, so
the next one you send over, make sure you have the estimator, the opening statement, the company header, and the price list. Okay,
now let me ask you this, since I'm in here. This is interesting to me. Normally under claim info, you have insured info, parameters, coverage, I think, report management. Like there's like 5 or 6 different buttons, I'll call them, underneath the claim info tab. But this one I'm looking at from you only has insured info and parameters on it. Do you know why that might be?
Yeah, because I'm in the contractor profile, not the carrier profile.
Oh, so
So I could keep it. I changed that, I think, when it came over. So I can duplicate this, and I can change this to carrier. And that will give me more options.
Okay.
That's why it's 1-1. Interesting. Okay, so now I know I'll keep it in carrier.
Okay.
Yeah, I can come in and do claim info, and then I have all these tabs.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fill out as much as you know. If you know the claim number, great. Policy number, great. Data loss, put all that stuff in there.
Okay. Yeah, we had a pretty good system down, and then starting to use Michael's Xactimate account, and then this exact analysis has kind of thrown everything up in the air again. So I'm trying to figure out where all the pieces went.
Okay. Yeah, I had my laptop did a full-on meltdown mid-January, so I lost everything.
Oh my gosh, awful.
Everyone's profile, every opening statement. It's been a pain, but
oh man. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, you do what you have to.
Thank you.
So it's you, Michael, and Matt,
Mm-hmm.
and then how many you guys? What are you doing on the mitigation side, the water damage side?
You mean as far as workers, staff?
Yes.
Michael has a team. I'm not sure how many. I think it's like 5 or 6
Okay.
people that he uses pretty regularly. Yeah, we're in the process of hiring and figuring all that out. So that's another fun aspect.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah. No, I understand. Well, we if you have any questions on the next one, I'm usually online here, so we can hop on a non-recorded call, and I can walk you through some things if you have some questions,
Okay.
and we'll go from there. I'm here to help, and I appreciate you guys' business and trusting me to write your sheets. So whatever I can do.
We're very grateful for your help. Let me get your phone number real quick so I can just add it to my phone list here. Hang on a sec. It's probably in your email, but I'm not. Whatever.
That's right.
Okay, what's your phone number?
971
971
806
806
6193.
6193. Okay. And do you prefer Andy or Andrew?
Andy's fine.
Okay. And it's contractor claim service?
Contractors claim service or claims delegates. The bills are going to come from claims delegates.
Okay.
Contractors claim service is just my DBA.
Okay. I'll put you down as claims delegates then. Alrighty. So since you changed the manor estimate on your end from carrier or from contractor to carrier, can you send that one over to me, or should we not do that and just leave it
No,
as
it
is?
looks like your system already did it. If you've got those
Oh.
options already,
Okay.
it may have. But it's a simple thing. On the desktop version, you duplicate it.
Okay.
Let me show you. So I'm going to delete this one. But here's the manor. I right click and duplicate it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the option to rename it and then change a profile. So if you had a CSAA profile, you would change it to CSAA down here.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this then, and then make it a carrier and save it.
But which one is uploading?
The one for 27193. That's why I don't understand why Michael can't see it. I see it. It's here.
But if it's yeah, you got to figure out exact analysis. Excuse me. You've got to figure out what uploaded and what they're seeing. Because what you don't want to do is upload another one and confuse issues, right? You don't want multiple copies flying around.
Right.
So I would get a hold of the adjuster,
Okay.
or whoever the desk adjuster or the TPA is, and say, hey, did you get that upload? How did it look?
Okay.
And they'll be able to answer you, hey, this looks funny. You know, can you re-upload it? And that'll tell you, okay, I need to copy it, change the profile, delete the old one, and then re-upload it.
Okay. Why don't I start with that then, and go from there, because I don't want to complicate things.
That sounds good.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. I really appreciate your time and walking me through that stuff, and I'm sure we will be talking again.
All right. Thanks, Misty.
Okay, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.